Croc hikes.
Croc here from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. This is the Pack Explosion Red Roof style. I'm staying overnight, getting ready to hit the trail very early tomorrow morning to do the northeast quadrant of the Smokies. I'm taking in Mount Cameron and Mount Sterling, some fire towers, the Appalachian Trail, lots of different places in between, so pretty excited. I haven't done a gear video in a while, and I've made a few changes, a few upgrades this year to my free night 4-day wilderness experiences. So I thought I'd just break it down and show you guys a little bit what's going on. So let's start with the biggest of the big three. I've kind of become a Hyperlite Mountain Gear fan, and I love my Zpacks Nero and my Zpacks Arc Blast. The Hyperlite bag is the 2400 Southwest, weighs almost exactly what the Arc Blast weighs. Same waterproof stuff, pretty similar in most respects. I think the Arc Blast holds 4 or 5 liters more, but for some reason, just my body, the Hyperlite Mountain Gear pack kind of fits my back a little better. So I think I might start using it most of the time, unless I'm going out more than 3 nights, and then it'll be back to the Arc Blast. Still love the Nero when I want to go frameless. And anyway, so that's the backpack of choice for today. I've got a couple of special pouches that I had made. I'll put the name of the guy that I bought them off the internet with. It fits these 750 milliliter bottles perfectly if you want to get quick access to water and not have to stop on the trail. And then they also make these iPhone 8 cases, and I've got both of those attached to my Hyperlite Mountain Gear 2400 shoulder straps. On the bed there you see some of the items that go in my hip belt pockets. This is a set of foldable reader glasses and knife and compass, all the stuff. My NU25 night core with the lightweight modification from Lightsmith for the headband, and then just some snacks for the trail in the other hip belt pocket. I'm going with the Catadine Be Free system this year. I used it last year quite a bit on the trail. Works fabulous, and I really like the smaller, squattier 1 liter bottles rather than the smart water bottles for the side pockets. So I found those down at a Cumberland Gap hike I did around the first of the year. And then there's a light AF first aid pouch with just some pills and stuff in it. So next thing on the big three is the Zpacks Duplex. I don't know when, if I would ever get rid of the Duplex. It's absolutely fabulous for my tent. And then in the Sea to Summit bag there, the 8 liter bag, is my Feathered Friends 40 degree down sleeping bag. It's not mummy style, it zips up around the neck, or actually there's a cord that comes up around the neck and keeps the draft in. That's what I'll be using for this trip. Temperature's not supposed to get below 35. Right next to that is a another 8 liter stuff sack with just extra clothes in there, including some sleeping clothes, sleeping socks, extra pair of underwear, and then, believe it or not, my Patagonia Nano Puff fits right in there. And I kind of like this time of year in the Appalachian area being down free when it comes to my jacket, because you never know when you're going to get swamped. Here's a new addition. I have the Eddie Bauer, and I can't remember the brand name. Once again, I'll put that in the on the screenshot as the video is rolling. But this is a 7.6 ounce Eddie Bauer rain jacket, seam sealed, and it also has pit zips, and it was just a really good find, and I think I like it better than the typical stuff that people wear, like the Outdoor Research Helium 2 and that kind of thing. That's part of the sleep system too. If you're a man laying in a sleeping bag at night, you don't have to get out of the tent, if you know what I mean. All I have to say about that. Here's my 700 milliliter pot. I think that's a Snow Peak, and inside that I have small Snow Speak gigawatt stove, and all of my stove and a small spork, and all my the essentials. The gas can fits right in there, the butane can. So it's pretty handy and pretty compact. So here's my Thermarest Neo Air X-lite pad, go-to pad. I've got a section of Tyvek that I use when I stay in the shelters, and that's what I put down to make sure there's no splinters in the bottom of the shelter that'll pop my pack. I like to carry a pillow. This is the Sea to Summit Eros pillow, and here's a little piece of plastic that I put down, fold out. It's about 8 times that size when it's all folded out. I use it to put food on the ground and that kind of thing, so that I can enjoy spreading out my food for lunch or dinner. Here's something I never hear anybody talking about. That's for my shoes. That'll fit both of my Ultra Lone Peaks, and I don't ever have to worry about my shoes freezing up, even if they're wet. I just zip lock that large size, I think it's a 2-gallon Ziploc bag. I put my shoes in there, and I just put them in the sleeping bag with me. And my shoes are never going to be frozen if I can help it. It's hard enough on the trail without having to deal with frozen shoes. And then there's a trash bag, and this is a little Zpacks stuff sack that I have my deuces spades and my toilet paper and stuff in. I decided to protect that because what happens if your toilet paper gets wet and pokes through the Ziploc bag? That would be a bad day on the trail when you have to go take care of business. Over here I'm rocking the Zpacks hat on this trip. I've got the Z-seat as well as my Cristallo Lecky poles I've hiked for a long time. I know they're not cork. Everybody likes cork. I like the slightly bigger handle, and I wear hiking gloves when I hike. So here's the Outdoor Research lightweight shaded gloves for hand protection in the sun. I have a buff beanie and a buff neck beanie, neck buff as well, and those things work pretty well for me. Here's my Outdoor Research heavier gloves in case it was to get chilly overnight, early morning. They're not terribly thick, but they're much thicker than these, of course. And then I've never had a blister, knock on some kind of wood. I love the Injinji toe socks, and I like the Lorpen, Lorpen. They fit my feet well. I love the elastic in them. I like them a little better than Darn Tough, so I buy Lorpen socks, and I've got it, of course, an extra pair in my bag up here. I've got some Ray-Ban sunglasses, and normally I don't think people would wear Ray-Ban out on the trail, but these are a cheaper variety I've had for a while, and they work for me pretty well. Put all my stuff here in this little wallet, my essentials, insurance card, driver's license, so forth. And then I wear one of these paracord bracelets with a whistle on it and Burt's Bees for my lips. Over here to continue with my clothes is a Smart Wool, pretty lightweight pair of wool leggings that I'll wear under my shorts. If it's cold in the morning, I'll certainly wear them in the sleeping bag at night. Ex Officio boxer briefs, I like them. They fit tight around me in the leg area. They fit tight around me in the crotch area, and I don't know. I've hiked many miles and never chafed and never blistered. So I'm not changing that for any amount of money until something tells me differently. Ultra Lone Peak 3.5s. I've got 3 or 4 boxes of those ready to go. It's just the best shoe I've ever had. I went with some smaller shorts this year. These are some Nike shorts I bought at Dick's Sporting Goods. Cut the liner out of them because I'd much rather not wear the liner inside, and I'd rather wear the Ex Officios. Here's a Columbia Silver Ridge long sleeve shirt for bug protection and sun protection, and white is the best color for not trapping the sun and making you die out there of heat. This is an Arctic Cool shirt that my brother and sister-in-law got me for Christmas, I think a year ago, or maybe birthday, middle of last year. and it's a dry fit type shirt. I really like it for a base layer. And then here's my Melanzana hoodie. Best thing about these hoodies is the side toggle that pulls it tight around your face without hanging up underneath your chin like this. It goes to the side. I am going to absolutely love that, and I've never been out with it this year. Lastly, my Zero shoes for camp and for high water crossings if I decided I wanted to keep my feet free and clear and dry, but as everybody knows, trail runners dry out pretty fast. Now over here, let's talk about food briefly, and then I think I'll be done in less than 12 or 13 minutes. So I've got enough food here for 3 days and 4 nights. Breakfast oatmeal with coffee. I've got a couple of oddball type snacks, some trail mix and some almonds for if the mood strikes me. I've got 2 snacks per day times 3 days, plus the snacks that I had over here, which I'm putting in my pack to start with. Then I've got tortillas with Spam and bacon jerky and mayonnaise and mustard. So I've got 4 pretty good sandwiches for the trail, and then 3 nights worth of supper. And those are just regular pasta sides or rice size, and maybe a little Nestle's quick to end the evening. That's the light AF version of the bear bag with a string and the aluminum piece that doubles as a PCT bag hiking stick. I'm trying that out this year. I love the Zpacks bear bag. Nothing against it. I just thought I'd try it out. Here's a homemade cozy for keeping my food warm while it's cooking up. And then last, another light AF waterproof sack for my 20,000 milliamp anchor, which is Qualcomm 3 compliant, and a couple of cords, and all the just extra body supplies, Body Glide just in case, Dr. Bronner's, and some fire starter, some lint, and a tool repair kit for my Cuban fiber stuff. So there you have it. 12 minutes, 20 seconds, and you'll see more from me on the trail tomorrow. Peace.